What's up, y'all? This is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. High atop Billy's jungle palace of love and my fortress of solitude. And we're going to do some planting today. We're a little bit behind. Actually, on some of this stuff, we're a lot behind, but it's going to be good. A couple of years ago, when we were talking about this video, we talked about all of the awful soil we had in this spot. So the first thing that we had to do was basically remediate all of the natural soil that was here. That required a mistake. We were in a rush and we went out there, bought that bag stuff and killed just about everybody in here. Well, we got smart again and used our own compost, and now we brought this stuff back to life. So that's number one. Nothing but problems all the way around. So here we are in a position where we got everything remediated. We're way behind the 8 ball as far as putting this stuff in, but I guarantee there's a whole lot of you out there that are new to this space and don't know where to start. Look, we got brassicas down on this end, like broccoli, we got cabbage, we got cauliflower, we got peppers, tomatoes, all of it. And a lot of it's going to be going in right now. Now, in some of these beds, we occupied some of the spaces. You'll notice it's not just bare dirt. In a lot of these spaces over here, through the winter, and then into the spring, we put a lot of this straw that's currently here right now. The chickens went through it first. We did a video on that a while back. The chickens went through it, got all those seeds out of there, and then guess what? Michelle's little former bottle baby that's about 5 or 6 years old, probably 8 years old at this point, truth be known, we would stick him in here, and guess where he would poop? Bam, bam, bam. So all of his fertility got put right into here. And then on top of all that, we made some ballin' compost, which we're showing you how to make in the last video. Put that down and also made a bunch of compost tea. And then to kind of hold the spot, we got places like right over here where just to hold the real estate, we got comfrey in some of these beds. And that's exactly, as you can see, it doesn't have to be in these beds. It can be in any number of places, but we just have it holding the real estate until we put something else in there. So look, y'all. If you're new to this space, and yes, we got record numbers getting into it, that's exciting for somebody like me because so many of us are expecting to go to the grocery store, pay 10 times what the cost was 10 years ago when we can actually grow it right at home. Today, we're going to show you how we're doing it. We got a really, really awesome experiment inspired by my friend and mentor, Stefan Subkowiak. You hear that name all the time, but there's a reason for it. The man is a flipping genius. Right here, we got some of these peppers that were started in sand, believe it or not. Then we got some over here that are starting in potting soil. And then we got some over here started in our compost. We're going to find out which one does better. And I want to refer you back over to Stefan's channel. Go watch that video on why you would want to start them in sand. Sounds like a genius idea, but we're going to put it to the test this year.
In this bed, we've got some broccoli going in. And your spacing for broccoli is about 1 foot apart. So I'm just going to measure with my hand. This is about 6 inches. So I'm just doing it twice. And then I'm putting some broccoli in. These 6 are started in compost. These 6 were started in potting soil. And the 6 down at that end were started in sand. The plants are marked and we'll give you updates on how well they're doing throughout the season. Instead of completely taking the straw off and then putting it back on, we're just going to dig the hole right into the straw and it'll save us time.
What do we got over here?
These are a few different varieties of cherry tomatoes.
How much money do you think you saved by starting all of your own seeds?
Hundreds, thousands. But you know, a lot of this stuff, the reason I I grow this stuff is because you can grow stuff that you can't find in stores. Like some of these, there's like a blueberry, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like an indigo blueberry tomato, cherry tomato. You can't, at least not around here, you can't buy that in the store. And then there's just a bunch of these different varieties that they've come out with that if you don't grow them, you can't find them.
Please tell me you got my favorite in here.
Favorite for the week or favorite for, what's your favorite this week?
Cherokee purple?
Yes, Cherokee purple are back in that bed.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. They're not great for sauce, but they are really, really great on a sandwich. Cabbages are in. The spacing is wider, of course. Over here, got a broccoli in. This is going to take a little bit of time, but hey, it's worth it. But remember, cover your doggone soil. Every time you don't cover it, like what you see over here, all of those microorganisms are being Kentucky fried.
All right, so in this bed, we're planting spinach, and we've got comfrey growing up, which I'm just gonna leave. And then we've got potatoes, volunteer potatoes. And I think I'm just gonna leave them and just plant around them. You can plant spinach pretty close. So I'm just gonna plant right up to them, and then on the other side, and then down this row too.
All right, coming down to the home stretch. What do you got in here?
These are red bell peppers.
So what about that comfrey behind you? Are you going to leave that there, or what's going to happen with it?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to leave it there and just plant around it, or else I don't think it's big enough to dig up to split up roots. So I'll probably just leave it there.
All right, not a long video, but that's a wrap. Jalapenos and basil, and then some other kind of peppers over here. And then pretty much everything else is planted. It didn't take that long. I mean, you consider the time. Well, first of all, consider what you spend in a store right now. It's a fortune for everything. So all of us right now have got to be learning some really cool ways, really cool tricks, whether it's in your windowsill, whether it's in your yard, whether it's in your neighbor's yard, or whether it's on some property that you requisition that maybe nobody's using. I've known people that have grown, they fed tons and tons of people on property they don't even own. So there's options for all of this out there. Also consider starting your own seeds. I mean, good night. I don't know what they're charging these days for a flat of tomatoes, but last year it would make your head spin around. So we're living in times, I know, look, I'm not trying to get all gloom and doom, but we live in times where the inflation's through the roof, everybody's struggling, and we're going to have to use these ways, these long tried and true methods to get ourselves off and running. And the best part about all this is that all of this stuff works. I mean, we left these beds covered throughout the winter, put a little bit of compost extract on it, a little bit of our own compost, and this soil is kicking. You don't even need a trowel. You can literally stick your hands down in there and plant just about everything you need in every bed except for this one right here, and that was our worst one. So just by covering it up, and we had about a foot or more of straw on each one of these things. And now, just with time, you get down in there, you're seeing all that soil life, which is your best friend. And it's all down in there. All right, y'all, we're going to do updates on this stuff, and we'll let you know as things go along. And we're going to let you know how that experiment goes, where we got it in sand, potting soil, and then compost. And we'll let you know how all of it works. So until next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, where permaculture is my passion. See y'all next time.